Shades.
Hi, I'm Rabiesgirl.
First memory of playing video games. Old Windows 95 stuff, or even MS-DOS stuff. Stuff is not exactly descriptive or specific, but games like, mostly educational games, right? Like, to the credit of my parents, things like Operation Neptune, which is a math game, and, or Midnight Run, I think was the name of the game. Lots of games that were educational based, you know, scholastic kind of things. And didn't feel like learning, just felt like you were playing games. So well done to the developers of those games, making me learn.
I think my first memory of playing video games was when I was with my older sister and we used to play Spyro together. Like the first Spyro game. It was memories. That's all they are now, is memories. Oh, that's sad. And she always used to make me play the water levels because she couldn't swim in the game. She sucked at it. And I always used to have to get the gems that were on the edges because she was too scared to go near the edges of the game. She sucked at that game. She did.
I learned about Let's Plays through Rabies.
It was actually Minecraft. I know I'm old. I was trying to learn how to build something with redstone in like original Minecraft, like old Minecraft, like alpha Minecraft. And after finding a video of it, I started to go around and look at videos, and that led me to start watching Let's Plays of it, and then I kind of got into Let's Plays, and learned about, like, they were cool. I liked watching them. It was fun. Learned stuff.
I think Let's Plays mean quite a lot to me indirectly. While I don't necessarily understand the appeal to it for myself, I don't really feel, you know, whatever, one way or another about it. It means a whole lot to Rabies, and therefore it's very important to me. It's very important to me that she has this healthy way of dealing with stress and having fun, and I think that's the appeal to a lot of people, because life is hard. Life has a lot of challenges, and it's just nice to have something that you can take anywhere. You can open up your phone and have YouTube and watch whoever and get enjoyment out of it. And it prepares you for a stressful day, and it lets you unwind from a stressful day. And if it provides that in a way that isn't self-destructive or violent or anything like that, I'm all for it. And I'm certainly all for it if it means it makes Rabies happy. That's the most important thing for me. So indirectly, Let's Plays mean quite a lot. And I hope our Let's Plays do the same thing for her.
I feel like I've described Let's Plays as like watching sports versus playing sports. And like, I always thought like, oh, it's so much more fun to just play it. Like, I hate watching sports. It's not cool. It's not fun. And then watching Let's Plays, I realized, oh, it is fun to watch other people play sometimes. And then you have all the different kinds of Let's Plays, or there's like 100% Let's Plays, or there's, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna show you all the glitches in this game, and they're not necessarily like playthroughs of the game, but I still think that's considered a Let's Play, because you're still playing it, you're still enjoying it, and like, I feel like a Let's Play, it just, you're not playing it by yourself. Like, it's a Let's Play, so there's more than one person involved, so it's like a group activity. Even though you're by yourself playing it, there's more people watching and getting involved and enjoying it, and it's, I don't know, it's fun. Let's Plays are fun.
I think what I should say first is I've tried to answer this question maybe 5 times, and each time I wanted to be as honest and clear as possible. But in those attempts, I ultimately say or express something that I feel isn't accurate, and I don't like that. And that gets in the way. Because these are progressively more intimate questions or personal questions, and the whole point of this, I guess, is to express a certain amount of honesty, or, you know, to express honesty in a certain way. I'm going to try to allow myself to keep these errors and these little pauses when I'm trying to think of how I want to express myself. And there lies the problem. Pure expression doesn't wait, nor does it care about your mistakes. And by answering these questions, and by doing them over and over, I don't want to strip away the humanity and the emotion from these answers, because that's dishonest. And I do not like dishonesty or lying. And yet it's hard to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Not in some macho man kind of way, but because when you are vulnerable, you open yourself up to pain. And I'm not interested in that. And when you open yourself up to be vulnerable, not only is it uncomfortable for you, or in this case me, you have to go in recognizing that it is uncomfortable for the other person as well. In this case, you, the audience. I'm sure that it is not comfortable watching this. I am an uncomfortable kind of person, and I don't mean to spread that in any way. I don't mean to put anybody in an uncomfortable or painful position. I only want to put people in, you know, nice positions. There you go. There's some creepiness for you. And so to go in recognizing that all of this is going to be watched, you know, by maybe a small group of people, it doesn't matter the numbers. It matters that it's being saved, edited, and posted online. And it's hard not to strip humanity from that. if you're aware of what it means to do that. So I'm going to answer this question again. And I'm going to leave in all these things. And I understand that this question is running long. So why did I decide to start making my own Let's Plays? Because I find myself in a dichotomy and I want a solution for it. I want answers and a solution. The dichotomy. How do I express this? How do I reach these kids? The dichotomy is about life decisions and accountability. You are accountable for everything that you say and you do, for every action that came from every thought, for how you respond to everybody else's accountability and their actions and their thoughts and their feelings. And it's hard. And you are accountable to your family, your friends, to the people who support you most, and you're accountable towards yourself. And if you are artistically inclined, or if you're inclined towards artistic outlets of expression, I think in the real world in the 21st century, this is a problem. This is a dichotomy because I want to provide for the people who rely on me and the people who care about me most and support me, because I'm a difficult person. And yet I'm an artistically inclined person. And when you are artistic, in my case, music, in Rabies' case, art, like illustrations and digital art, you are accountable to follow that artistic process. You should follow it to see where it goes, because it could mean everything, or it could mean nothing, and nothing means something. You're required to do that. But those jobs, oftentimes, are at odds or at opposition towards getting things like a house or a car, things that require money. And you need those things in order to provide for your family. It's only right. And there is no not douchey way to remove your hair from your face, by the way. It just constantly looks like I'm a jerk, but I don't mean to be. Alright, stop thinking about that. Alright, just keep rolling. Resist the temptation to stop the button. Don't have a smirk on your face, because it looks like you're a jerk and you're facetious. That's the wrong word. Move on. So what do? Do you pick a job that pays a lot of money and provides everything for your family, but it leaves you unhappy, which in turn, that unhappiness will spill onto them? Or do you pick a job that you're very happy with, that doesn't make a lot of money, but it makes you happy, but it means that you sacrifice a lot and you're forcing those around you to sacrifice something as well? I don't know what the answer is, and I think that these Let's Plays are going to be a vehicle for exploring that, because you have these very famous Let's Players that have been able to make a living out of this. And I find myself caught, because I would love to make money by sitting in my room and not having to go out and see people, but at the same time, Um, I want to do this as honest as possible, and I don't want any sort of success to betray the original intent of doing this. So this is a process, and I don't know where this is going to go. So, sorry about the long answer, but it's the most honest one I can give.
I have wanted to do my own Let's Play since, now I'm not trying to do any shout-outs because they don't need any more viewers. But you can subscribe to them anyway because they're good. I was watching, one of the first people I started watching was Yogscast, and I enjoyed watching them so much, and I'm like, I don't have anyone to play video games with, and to do Let's Plays, I don't know, if it makes you feel like you're actually playing with more than just yourself. So I lived home without my siblings for a very long time, so I didn't have anyone to play with. So I was like, if I can do Let's Plays, then I can share my experience with other people, and I can almost feel like I'm with other people. Well, that didn't happen as soon as I wanted it to. In fact, now I actually do have people. I have Shades, and I have whatever he decides to call himself sometimes, and I have my friend Noise, and I have people to play games with now, but I still want to share that experience with other people, and I still want to give to other people the same thing I got from Let's Plays. Like, they just make you feel like you're part of something, even when you're not. It's just good to feel included. So, just giving back to you guys.
I don't know. I think I want to express. I don't know what I want to express, but I want to capture where I am now, and maybe, hopefully in the future, juxtapose it with where I am in the future, and maybe then extrapolate meaning that way. And also, I would love to play the music that I write for this live. I would love to perform some of this music. I would love for Rabies art to be displayed somewhere. And those are selfish kinds of goals, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. Maybe that's what I want. Maybe that's what it is. Fun. Now you're going to say fun, and it's going to sound weird, and you're going to keep saying fun. That's a weird word.
I don't know. I just want to, like, enjoy video games and enjoy watching, like, enjoy seeing the reactions of other people watching me play video games. Hopefully it'll be just as much fun as when I watch other people play. I mean, you know, it's to each its own and everything, but, and, like, also, I think when I was a kid, like, I don't know how old I was a kid. I used to want to grow up to be, like, I used to want it to grow up to be famous, you know, like every kid's dream. But, like, mine was different, because I didn't want to be famous to be, like, you know, I didn't want to make the money. I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, everybody loves me. It was like, I just wanted to be known. And I think everybody kind of wants that, like, to be known. Whether it was good, bad, or just, you know, like, hey, this person was alive once. It's like, and that was something I really wanted to get out of something in life. Like, whether it's my art, whether it's me doing something, nice for someone else. Like, I want to be remembered. Like, and not just be remembered because, you know, in like 2,000 years they find a diary that said, you know, I went to school today. Like, I want to be known as, I'm a human being, I was a person just like anybody else, and I had a life. And that's kind of what I want to get out of this. Like, I want to leave something behind that shows who I am, and other people can watch it, and it's always going to be there, you know, until the internet breaks. But yeah, I'll probably be gone by then, hopefully. I hope I don't have to live through that.
Well, the process has been very, very difficult. We are not professionals in any sense of the word, and we are limited by budget. Immense budget constraints, and so we are constantly having to find budget ways of overcoming these things. And throughout the frustrations, whenever you have a small victory or when something works the way that it should, there is an immense amount of joy in that. And so far, everything, or seemingly everything that could go wrong at each step has been going wrong. From syncing errors to recording errors to footage getting lost to everything. And if you are interested in doing this, be prepared for that, but don't let it stop you. I think it's worth the experience. And I will learn how to say experience by our next video.
It's been a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I would have done this years ago if it was easy. It's not easy. I used to think it was easy. I was like, oh yeah, you just play a video game and you hit the record button and then you just go at it like some motherfucker. No. It is not as easy as I thought it would be. As I got older and started to like slowly understand the process that is doing Let's Plays, I realized this is not easy. This is not something that you just do. It's something you have to want to do, and it's definitely something that is not gonna go right the first time. And what really helped was watching other people's like videos on how they got started. And granted, like, from what I've understood is a lot of people just get started because, you know, they were into this or they were into that and they were doing videos already. I've never done videos. I've never like uploaded random things for the past 10 years like a lot of other people have done. So I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know what equipment I needed. Lucky enough, Shades is all into equipment and he loves doing his guitar stuff, so that helped significantly for knowing like what microphones we would need, what programs we would probably need because, you know, for like audio and stuff. And then I had to actually start doing research on what recording equipment I would need and what, like, just things like that. And it, all that equipment and like, getting a new computer and everything, like making sure that our equipment was up to date for what we wanted to do. And the process has been really much more than I thought it was going to be when I was younger. Like when Let's Plays were first like budding, they made it look so easy, and then it's like, no, it's not. It's definitely difficult because I am a very horrible procrastinator and I have very poor time management skills. So we had actually had videos recorded like a month before I uploaded them because I was like, I'll edit them eventually. And you have to, especially because we don't go to an office to do this. This is all in-house. So we're like rolling out of bed and we're editing stuff, we're recording stuff. And to do things in your own home that is considered work is really, really difficult because, you know, you're sitting at your computer and you're like, I'm gonna go edit. And then, like, you know, hey, something on Facebook happened or something on YouTube happened that you want to catch. And, you know, oh, the new episode of this happened. And, like, oh, now I have to stop what I'm doing to watch it. So it gets really bad because you're home and you can get away with just walking away from the computer. You don't have, like, a boss sitting there. So you have to be at least a little bit dedicated. Make sure you actually do it. And I feel like the easiest part is hitting the record button, and the hardest part is rewatching it to make sure it's okay, and getting around to the editing. I do most of the editing, and I'm not the right person to be doing this because I will procrastinate until like the day it needs to be uploaded, and I'm just like, oh, I should probably get to that. All right, yeah. It's not an easy process. That isn't to say you shouldn't go out and do it if you want to. Just know that if you're anything like me or anything procrastinating at all, just give yourself some time to get into it because it's going to take you a while. I mean, I had bought the recording gear 2 years ago and I just never used it until now. And that's how long it took me. It might take you less time, it might take you longer, but just give yourself, you know, understand it's not going to be like that. It's not going to just happen. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, and then, you know, shit happens. You know, I'm sure Shades has told you all about it. How things go wrong, and he doesn't take it too well, but you always have to have the positive person. I mean, I'm not always that positive. I've had a couple of breakdowns before where it got so frustrating, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done. And then I'll just like walk away, go play Pokemon Go, you know, like just go do something else for a little bit. But you do need a friend with you if possible, if not even a relatives, just someone to help you be like, you know, it's okay if something goes wrong. It's okay if you lose audio or video. It's okay if, you know, your mic clips sometimes. Like, you just sit down. If you can't fix it, don't worry about it. It'll work out. I mean, regardless, we're probably gonna get angry comments saying how much we suck anyway. So it's like, well, what's one more, like, bitching about the mic? Like, well, it doesn't matter. And YouTube, like, the internet itself is, like, filled with hate. So it's like, you're putting yourself on YouTube, you're gonna get a lot of it. So don't let that distract you. In fact, you know what? Don't even look at your comments. Don't look at them. Like, take a nice big cup of coffee, you know, and just get a masseuse behind you and just relax and then look at them. Like, you need to be in a good frame of mind before you go on the internet and look at comments about yourself, because you're gonna get hate. But it's always gonna be there. You just have to have a good sense of humor about it, good frame of mind. You'll get over it eventually. Don't worry about it. It's just the internet. Don't let it get you down, because you're never gonna meet most of these people anyway. And if you do, then they're gonna be your fans and they paid to see you. So there you go.
Well, I see our Let's Plays being lost in the sea of other Let's Plays, never to be watched by people. And I'm not gonna let that negativity stop me from doing this, because I don't see it going anywhere positive. I'm naturally inclined to think in a very kind of negative kind of a way, and so you have to fight that. But where I would like to see it go is to reach people in an honest way, whether you like me, whether you don't, Whether you like this project or whether you don't, that's fine. That's okay. I just want it to have a chance, I think, and I want it to be the hub for other expressive outlets, whether it's Rabies art or my music. I want this to lay the groundwork and the foundation to explore emotions in a way that hopefully will never lose its honesty, and will be able to explore uncomfortable feelings like awkwardness and vulnerability and be able to manipulate them artistically. I think that's a grand vision, and I think in some ways it can be misconstrued as an arrogant vision, but I don't mean for it to be that way. I just have kind of a douchey voice and douchey mannerisms, in my opinion. That's no reflection of anybody else, or how I see anybody else, rather. And I'm talking too much. Wrap it up. Where do you see it going? I would love for this. I would love for the music to be played. I would love for me to not have my hands so close to the camera. I would love for the art, for Rabies art, to be displayed. I would love for animations to be made. I would love for people to watch these videos and have a good time. And that last part I'm not in control of, but that's what I hope for, is to express things in an honest way, and yet, even when those sentiments may seem negative, I want those negative sentiments to be received in a positive way. I think that's what I want. But that's what this project is about. It's finding out. And I think that's it.
I want to take a plane to LA, and I want to give a high five to every Let's Player that has brought me to this place. And then I want to sit down and like have some Starbucks with them or something, you know, like just hang, just chill, get to know them, see how much of a dick they really are, or how cool they actually are. Where do I see this going? I hope, I'm covering my mouth. I hope, I don't know. I don't know where this is gonna go. I would love to go to conventions and sign stuff for people. I would love to be well known enough where all I have to do is show up and people are like, oh my god, like this is a thing, and I'm gonna be like, I am here for you guys. I just want to hang out. Like, come on, like just group of 10 of you, let's go hang out, you know, like. I have stage fright, so I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't like it. But I do want this to go in a place where I can bring happiness and joy to other people. And I'm not saying that as like I want to be like Santa, or like I want to be your special friend. Like, I'm not like that. In fact, the more I like someone, the more I'm probably gonna curse them out. And I'm not trying to like earn brownie points for being a good citizen. I just generally like making people feel good and feel happy. Like, I want this to go in a place where I can be a role model for people and make them feel good about themselves, and like, that's where I want this to go. So if that means like having this become big enough to go to a convention or do live shows or anything like that, even if I have to like piggyback on other YouTubers for a little bit, you know, like I'm gonna go ahead and go to this convention but we all know you're not going there because of me, or you're going there because this guy is going, but like, I'm gonna kind of go on that train for a little bit, you know? I want to get to that place, and I want this to get me there, because I want to be a role model. I want to be someone, and I'm probably not the best role model, and I don't want to be like, it sounds like really stupid when I say it, but I mean, at the moment right now, I'm actually going to college to become a teacher. So I guess it's not too weird of me to be like, I want to be a role model. I want to show people, like, you can have a weird, shitty-ass childhood, or you can have a great childhood, or you can have a crap education or a great one, but you can still do you can still do a lot for yourself when you get older, and I want to, like, show people that, and I want this to get me there. Because I don't think there's enough positive role models out in the world that show that, you know? Like, you see in, like, these TV shows, you know, these kids that do incredible adventures, and it's like, that's not realistic, and no kid can actually do that. But here is something that a normal person can do, and if anything, I probably got lower grades in school than you did, so, like, what's stopping you from doing this? Like, it's not something that you should even have to worry about. So that's where I want to see this go. I want to see this go to become big enough to be able to reach out to that many people. To enough people. I want to fix this generation. One YouTube video. No. Yeah, that's where I want it to go. And I mean, you know, if any fans out there want to draw fan art or, like, do animations, because I've always dreamed of that. I can't personally do it. I'm not good enough to be doing it, but that'd be cool. You don't have to. Just, you know. I mean, you should, but you don't have to.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I wish you all the best. Shades, signing off.
Okay, and that's it. That's me answering questions and making myself feel super uncomfortable. Really, really uncomfortable. You probably feel uncomfortable too.